Alright, guys. Sorry, it's back. If it keeps doing this, I might honestly just call it tonight. We'll see. It's really, really annoying. For me, too. That, like, it's just lagging so much. Like, in the game, it doesn't lag, so I can play, but, like, it keeps, like, starting to lag, like, right when I'm trying to explain something. It's like someone comes in and blares some really loud music when you're trying to have a conversation with somebody. We'll see. Hopefully it, you know. Dude, you don't want to cue that?
We are all tied to the ocean.
If I call it, I could spend more time on a, like a guide or something.
There's always another way.
I don't remember what I was talking about. Oh yeah, Morg. Yeah, I was gonna say in pro play, because there's like such a premium on engaged tanks, I can't really go up and harass her, so we just kind of have to respect her. Liliana. Pretty strong counter pick against champions like Nami. Actually, I don't think she ignited, but damn, this cannon minion though. If I'd leveled up Bubble there, we probably would have killed him, but I didn't think they were going to go in on us, and I just wanted more sustain.
We are strange.
Okay, Kha'Zix's spot side.
Enemy has been slain.
Okay, I thought he was going to bounce over. Okay, well, I guess we can't. I really wish we could have done Dragon there, but Graves is down here. I need mana. I'm sure he's probably got enough for tier after that kill.
Still hear the sound.
He almost certainly does. Okay, it looks like it's actually behaving now. Yeah, whatever signs we need to do to keep the Ethernet gods happy.
Ride upon the waves.
I can't dodge, David. It's game 2 of the series. Kha'Zix has a lot of carry potential overall by himself. So. No, it's totally not the servers. Oh, you think it's probably their servers? I really don't think so. I think it's me. I think it's the wiring. Because if it was their servers, I would be lagging in the game. But I'm not lagging in the game. It's just the upstream. So it's not the game. I've seen where the game has lagged before. It doesn't feel like that. Because whenever you guys see it lagging out and all that stuff, it doesn't do that for me. I think he probably could have stuck in there. I'm not sure. She's probably about to hit 6, so I'm just going to heal myself. Okay, Graves is top. Ezreal's have been getting better over time. Yeah, it's not. Like 99% of the time. You know, 99% of the time, it's you. It's not the servers. That's what it is with most things in life, if you think about it. Just stop and think. Anytime you want to, like, blame somebody else or something else for whatever problems are going on, 99% of the time, it's you. And it's something within your control. To an extent. Not everything, but a lot of stuff is. And I think that this is one where it's like, it's my wiring in my house. There's like a really off signal to noise ratio based on what I've seen from looking at my modem stats, and then based on what some of the techs have seen. Now, I'm not an expert, but I did spend several hours trying to research and figure out what the deal is. It's not a DDoS. It's not a wireless router. It's not hardware like my computer or anything like that. Now, she might still be here. We had too much pressure in the bot lane. Graves is crushing our bot lane too. I like Rakan a lot. I just think they need to give him back a little bit more speed, or do some of the other suggestions I made where he W's instantly.
An ally has been slain.
Damn it, LeBlanc's super fed. Champion's so difficult to deal with.
I'll find my path.
So... Holy shit! Why can't I move for 50 years? Oh, God, that champion's so annoying. She didn't even go on me. She, like, started off on the Ezreal, and I was still stunned for, like, 3 seconds. Kalista didn't even use her ult on me. It was literally just the Q. I think it was the ult and the Q from Leona was all they used.
We are all tied.
It's so infuriating. I'm sitting there like spamming flash. Huh. Hey, thanks, Holy Thump.
Shut
Well,
down.
let me see what the texts say tomorrow. If it's not the wiring, if it's something more complicated, you know, I might be able to get you. Yeah, I'm raging. I'm pissed off. Like, it's annoying as hell. She didn't even use all of her CC.
Rampage.
And like mid lane's feeding hard in a matchup that is extremely heavily favored towards our mid laner.
Swim against the current.
Turret plating will soon fall.
Champion. God, I hate LeBlanc. Can I just have Rakan back? Like, I like enchanters, but they're so vulnerable to assassins, and there's an assassin every game, it feels like, that gets fed.
People in their air.
Your team has destroyed a turret.
My quest back.
An ally has been slain.
How is Kassadin good in LeBlanc? In every way imaginable. He gets reduced magic damage off of his passive. He gets a shield, a magic shield off of his Q. He usually buys Rod of the Ages, which gives him a ton of extra health. She has no sustain in lane, so he can just spam Qs on her. Like, Kassadin crushes AP assassins. He's supposed to. That's his whole job. He's like an anti-mage. Those changes really don't do anything.
Ride upon the waves.
An ally has been slain.
Okay, thanks, Holy Thump. Yeah, my favorite part about LeBlanc is where, like, she has this extreme damage and, like, mobility, but she's very risky. Like, that's the thing, is that she has really long cooldowns on her mobility, so that when she goes in, if she doesn't get a kill, then it's almost guaranteed that she's gonna die, because she doesn't have any other ways to counteract that.
Your turret has been destroyed.
It's like, no, that's how, like, you draw it up. When you're designing an assassin, it should be, wow, that champion's super risky. You know, if I don't do, and it should be high skill cap. And if I don't do it correctly, then I'm going to be really ineffective. It's like, no, you missed your skill shots, just wait another 30 seconds, no big deal. Right there, she missed her chains, almost killed both of us anyways. Still got away. 100% HP.
An enemy has been slain.
We are all
No,
tied.
they literally gave him back, like Rakan, 100 move range. 100 out of 1,500. When 2 patches before, they took 700 away. It's not even 100 total in the game. It's like 100 in the early game, and then it goes to like 20 when you get your boots, which is really early on Rakan. Like, you rush mobility moves. It's a placebo buff. Like, he'll do a little bit more damage with his W build, but you don't even get W in the laning phase. get that like later in the game. So it's like he's just as viable as he was.
Enemy killing spree.
People are counting on me.
I mean, if I would have known they were going to have assassins and like Leona, I would have played something else, but I had to first pick support and I banned Yi instead of Leona. It's Cass. Okay. I was about to say, is he just AFK or what? I don't even have, like, I haven't even, we finally got wards at like 18 minutes. Let's say I haven't even been able to ward because we can't get close enough to Leona. Hey, awesome, Thomas. That's great, buddy. And she goes invulnerable and has a clone on top of that, so it's even harder to, like, blow her up because she gets invulnerability for, like, an extra half a second there. So I think I ignited her clone. No, mid Sona is not a beast. Support Sona is very good. That's fine, Grave. If you want to play, you know, Rakan, that's fine, Grave. If you want to argue that, that's fine. I mean, I only have like 500 games on Rakan. What do I know? I mean, Sona's pretty good into most things. Like, she can have a hard matchup into things like Leona, sometimes Alistar, but yeah, you can take Barrier and that helps out a lot. God, we have to respect that LeBlanc so hard. She's like zoning our whole team off that tower. There's no answer to her if she gets fed, which is highly probable. I'd probably favor Sona into Soraka. I mean, that's kind of a push. I don't like Galio at most elo brackets. I mean, he's alright. I did play him the other day for a donation game, but I'm just not a huge fan of healer tanks most of the time. Like, they're good into other tanks. Like, healer tanks are good into engage tanks, so like if the enemy has Alistar and you pick Galio, like that's pretty good. Or if they have like Leona and you pick Tom Kench, that's good, but I think Sona outscales Soraka too, but I mean Soraka can be powerful in the right circumstances also, but
Enemy is legendary.
People and their air.
that's right. Who's the Soraka expert here? Maybe Scott or something. I mean, it depends on how you're defining expertise, I guess, whether it's games played or rank, or some combination of both. Champion's just so stupid, but like I can't ban her out because I have to ban Yi because Yi's also stupid. Like everybody knows this about LeBlanc. She's been notoriously difficult to balance for like 5 years. It's like, just change her, man. Just make it where she can't mimic W. It's that easy. Then at least she can still one-shot people, but it's slightly more risky. She can only jump once. Or make it to where she can't jump back for a delayed amount of time, like 3 seconds. That might make her feel a little funky, but I think that like allowing her not to mimic W is perfectly reasonable. She'd still be alright, she just wouldn't be like ultra ridiculous. I mean, you could also like increase her cooldowns a ton on her ult, but that would make her feel clunky too. If you made her ult like 120-second cooldown, like that could do it, but it's not equally overpowered. Like the chain, like she'll still be strong, but like what makes her strong is that she can, you know, jump like 1500 range and chain you for like a total of 2000 engage range and go all the way back to her previous mimic. Like that's the problem, is that it's such extreme mobility on a long cooldown or on a short cooldown. So if she has to double chain, the chain's at least a skill shot. I don't know. She'd still be good, but not as ludicrous as she is right now, I think. They could at least try it and see. Because I don't want to gut her. I know people, I just don't like gutting champions completely. Although, I'll be honest with you, I would not be sad if she was gutted. I need to try to ward Baron, but LeBlanc could be in any of the bushes.
Your turret has been destroyed.
Did I reset the stream? No, the stream has been, the upstream is lagging a lot tonight. Yeah, well, no, I think she needs some kind of mobility, probably, her W. I don't mind, like, the W itself. Like, you know, okay, she has a jump. That's pretty standard on most assassins. You know, they have some kind of mobility. It's the double mobility and the fact she can go back to where she was that's the issue. Like, maybe if you're saying she can't return to where she was, make it like an Echo ult where it's on a long cooldown where she does that. Like, maybe that could work. I don't know. I mean, I like double or triple bubble, double ulted. Because Ezreal's auto-filled. Kassadin's probably also auto-filled. Ezreal can't even be bothered to, you know, U.GG or OP.GG somebody, I'm dead. I just see LeBlanc look at me, I'm like, I'm dead. Yeah, Internet Guy's coming out tomorrow. Yeah, sorry, Carlos. I don't know what happens when it cuts in and out. Sometimes it resets the stream and just starts a new stream. Sometimes there's just like a long pause and it stays on the same stream. So, alright, we got demoted. At least we won our game to get in there. I mean, I think the easiest thing is just say W can't be mimicked. It's that simple. You can mimic your chains, you can mimic your Q, but it'll lower her mobility. It'll cut it in half, which I think is still plenty of mobility. She can still W in once, chain, double chain, and kill you off a Q. And she really only has to hit one chain, because if she hits the first one, she's probably going to hit the second one. It would just take away her extreme cases where she can, you know, double tap. Another alternative would be lower her numbers a lot on her damage. Have I been reported? Probably. I mean, I've never been banned, but you don't know if you're reported unless you get disciplined. I've never been disciplined. I'm sure I've been reported. I mean, there's no way not to be reported if you played like 8,000 games of League of Legends. People report you for just like going 0-6 in a game. Sometimes people get really mad and they just report everybody in the lobby for no reason. Yeah, I mean, they could... I'm just saying start with, you know, not allowing her to double jump and allow her to blink back. Because that's part of the fun of LeBlanc, is kind of being this sort of trickster where, you know, you got to blink back. I mean, what they tried to do before with her was say, okay, she has a delay on her Q, so it takes, like, whatever it was, 2 seconds to charge up before you get the bonus damage off of your Q or something like that. So they tried that, and they reverted it. I'm not sure why. She's just so hard to balance. It's like she's such an extreme case. Maybe give her more utility and just take off some of her damage, like her one-shot potential. So maybe just, like, take away her ability to mimic her Q, give her back silence on her, or, like, she can't mimic her W, give her back silence on Q, and just take away a lot of the mimicked damage. And just say, okay, she's got some CC, she's got some mobility, but she's going to require like 3 items before she can one-shot you. I mean, I barely say anything in game to people. If I don't say anything that's like a personal attack or racist or whatever. If I ever say anything, oftentimes it's just like barely sarcastic, and that's only like maybe like 1 out of every 50 to 100 games, something like that. But I never am just like, you know, you're an idiot, go die in a corner or something like that, you know. It's always just like, you know, okay, buddy, you're right. You're a pro, you know, that type of... It's usually responding to their aggression with something that's sort of sarcastic. Yeah, she has to mimic her W, so she doesn't have great wave clear, but a lot of assassins don't have great wave clear. I don't know. She's ranged also. Like, that's what separates her partially from things like Fizz or Zed. You know, and that's why she gets played in pro play sometimes when those champions don't. I know, I'm just saying, if they wanted to figure out a way to balance her, they could make her more control mage-ish rather than assassin.
Only you can hear me, Summoner. What masterpiece shall we play today?
Barons from World of Warcraft. People just talking about random stuff. Yeah, but the Barons was like a relatively peaceful place, I think, right? People would just chat about random stuff. Yeah, but they're both melee, and their escapes are a lot more conditional. Zed's is like a LeBlanc W how it should be, right? It's his mobility. It has a little bit of extra utility on it, but he can only do it once without his ultimate. He can't have multiple shadows going without the ultimate. So I think Zed is one of the most balanced assassins over time. Like, he's really good, but you have to have a lot of skill with him, and there is counterplay. You know, sometimes. It depends on the champ, of course. If he's really fed, it's tough to say. There's a lot of counterplay to it, but at least you know he's coming for 2.5 seconds. You can dodge some of the shurikens. We have a pretty good comp. I could potentially dodge this one. I should have researched it better. New Vlad, Jax. Lucian's not so hot, but... I know, Zed is good, but, like, I think he's an assassin done right. I think he's one, like, if you think of all the assassins that are balanced to where they can be good in most metas, but they're not, like, usually super overpowered, you think about, like, Talon, Fizz, LeBlanc, Zed, as, like, some of the major ones. I think that Zed is usually in the more balanced state. Yeah, I think with Yasuo's win wall, what they should do is... it should be a much lower time. Like, it should not last 5 seconds. It should be like a 1.5 second win wall or something. Maybe on a lower cooldown, but I think the fact that it stays up for that long is really annoying. Like, that's the most annoying part of his kit, I think, for a lot of people. I think Zed's relatively balanced, yeah. I'm just saying, historically, for an assassin, I think his kit is, like, decent. Yeah, I mean, I know it's really strong, but, like, he needs that. He doesn't have that. Like, that's his only defense, really, is the win wall.
Seconds until minions spawn.
Howdy, miss.
Howdy, miss. Yeah, they could also get rid of his passive shield to make him more dangerous in the laning phase. His shield is really annoying too, the Yasuo shield for trading in lane. I think that's something that a lot of people, like, it doesn't frustrate them as much. I mean, Yasuo's just a super high-risk champ. His passive is, as he runs around, he builds up a charge. You can see this little bar, and when it's fully charged, he gets a shield the next time he gets hit for a certain amount based on how much level he has. Yeah, I think that's why I think Zed is one of the more balanced assassins. I mean, Zed can be really, like, just assassins in general are going to be really problematic because their whole design is you get fed, you're very difficult to stop. So it's high risk, high reward champion. So in their good scenarios, almost all assassins are going to be difficult to stop. So the question is, will you limit how often they get those good scenarios, or do you try to dial them back and just make them not as much of an assassin and give them more utility? Did I auto-attack the minion or her? I think my Q killed the minion. I'm auto-canceled. Okay, they're top side. Nunu might die. Damn it, Darius is going to beat him there. I think he's dead. Tried to invade without priority in the lanes. Wasted his flash. I mean, as an enchanter, I hate assassins in general. Like, tanks are very good into that. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe I should try tanks again more if they have assassins. Okay, this Lucian's pretty good. He's helping me out. He's going aggressive here. Please don't kill him right there. Oh my god. I thought they were gonna get him. I thought my W was gonna be in range. And so I flashed over there to put the shield on him when the W didn't hit him. That new chomp was clutch. Okay, we got her flash. It's fine. Pinged it over and over and over again. Like, not to get close to her because I don't have enough for W. All he had to do was wait like 1 second. Oh, come on, minions. Y'all trolling. Favorite Sona skin? I like this one. DJ Sona's pretty cool. I like the music. I don't think they're going to nerf Anivia again. I mean, if anything, I think they should buff Anivia. The problem is, like, Anivia is really frustrating to deal with when she's good. And she has such, like, she's an immovable, like, wave clear. Like, she just stalls out games so hard. Like, Anivia and Ziggs, that's why they never really want those champs to be that good for pro play, because, like, it just would make games last, like, 15 minutes longer. If you've ever seen, like, metas where Anivia is, like, meta in pro, it doesn't happen very often, but when she is, it's just like almost impossible to deal with her.
An ally has been slain.
Well, Vlad was winning that until whatever just happened there happened. I really wish he would have hard committed to that a bit more.
An enemy has been slain.
We haven't seen Rengar, I don't think, in a little minute. We gotta be a little careful here. Okay, so we get to deny some at the tower, which is nice.
An enemy has been slain. An ally has been slain.
Damn, I really want that one. I guess... Feels awkward. That's what she said. You can hear my wife saying that. She used to love that show. What was that show that was on? She watched all of it. I never watched that show. With the Doogie Howser guy on it. That's How I Met Your Mother. Yeah, Nullifying Orb can be okay, but like really you want mana flow ban on Sona. She has some serious mana problems. But I was like, what just happened? Wasn't that one of their famous sayings? They would... Can we get this dragon? Or yeah, can we get this right here? Nunu should be able to get it, like with his chomp, no matter what. I mean, if you want to watch other content creators, that's fine, but like, don't promote them here if you don't mind. I mean, I don't mind talking about them sometimes, but don't be like, oh, this person released this cool new thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, because it pulls people away from the stream. Like, if you want to say this guy's pretty cool out there, people should check him out sometime. That's, you know. Bizzle's cool, I don't mind that, but he is like a direct competitor to an extent for like views, you know, with me. Saving my ult in case Kaisa ults on him. I could have ulted the Nami there, but we don't know where Rengar is.
An enemy has been slain. Enemy killing spree.
Oh, God bless. I waited too long to ult on her. I thought I was going to be able to catch her with the very tail end of it. We're going so deep here. Just come back, man. God, we lost the wave. And before Rengar double. No, somebody up ahead. I don't want to call anybody out by name, but someone said, hey, this other content creator just created this really cool video. I'm going to go watch it now.
It's Vigar time. This time I want to see you in your Vigar support mode. Good luck.
Oh shit. Oh, that was bad. I tried to make a play off of that. I think we're strong enough where it's really not going to matter that much, but trying to force that. Pretty sure Rengar was top. Well, I mean, other people have good content out there. I'm not saying they don't. Like I said, I like Bizzleberry. It's just like, you know, like during the middle of a stream type of thing, like, it's basically giving him a lot of free advertising to like a direct competitor. It's like if you were shopping in a Kroger or something like that. I don't know. It's not quite the same because they're so big. It doesn't matter if people promote other like things, but I guess it'd be like kind of like going into Kroger with a megaphone or something and say, hey, Walmart's got a sale on skim milk or something. I'm going over there to check it out. Or, you know, something like that, right? Like, it's like, well, you know, it's kind of a direct competitor. But it's fine. Wow, how are we down CS? What is going on? I feel like we're completely murdering this lane. You know, even if it's not, even if you're not a Walmart executive or something, even if it's not your channel or your content or whatever, I don't know. Yeah, I've got 10 seconds. I mean, maybe I can make a play over here. They're not going to step up, I don't think. Just pressure. I mean, Vlad's not there, so we got to wait on Vlad, but... This Rengar loves like flashing into bushes so that he can jump back on people instead of just flashing directly on people. Going to Walmart. Hey, thanks, Holy Thumb. Well, of course, I think I make good content too. I just, my intent was not to say that everyone else is bad, I'm good, only watch me. It's just to say it's kind of basic, general, like, sort of etiquette to not promote another establishment when you're like in an establishment. If it's the same thing, you know, if you're talking about another really cool mid laner or top laner or something like that, maybe. And even like I said, I like Bizzle, but especially during a live stream. Oh man. Try to get dunked. Jesus. How fed is he? Holy. Damn, well that was real bad. And we lost Dragon. We should have just backed. He got hooked right here. We should have backed after the second tower and just gotten Dragon. I wasn't expecting the Darius to come down there, but he does have Ghost. I mean, we should have been aware of it.
Your team has destroyed a turret.
Hey, thanks, Holy Thump. I know sometimes when enchanters are in season, it's maybe not the spiciest. People would rather watch when I'm playing Zyra or Rakan. I'm trying to get back to Diamond first, and then maybe I can diversify a little bit more. Well, yeah, if they don't, I mean, I'll send people to another channel if I don't have something on it. If someone's like, hey, what do you think, you know, what's my jungle path thing I should take on Aatrox all the time? I'll say, I don't know, like, go check out this other person. Like, I can recommend it, but sometimes if I don't know, I'll say, well, go, you know, check out this other person. But if we have it, you know, if I have a Thresh guide, for example, then like,
An enemy has been slain.
you know what I'm saying? It's fine. It doesn't matter. I've talked about the analogy enough, I think. We get dragon? We need to go get this, like, while we have an advantage. Nice thing about Nunu is you should never ever lose a smite fight. And Sona just slams objectives so fast too. Hey, thanks, Thomas. Yeah, I think my background as an educator does help out with some stuff. Like, I'm not challenger, but, you know, it's always say you don't need a, you know, someone with a PhD from Harvard to explain high school chemistry too and stuff like that. And then also, like, some people that are, like, you know, really good at something can't always explain it so well. Like, the explaining itself is a skill.
An ally has been slain.
People often think if you're automatically really good at something, you're going to be one of the best people to learn it from. It's like, well, that's not necessarily the case. Okay, they surrendered. Wow. I thought this was actually a pretty good game. I'm really shocked they surrendered that. Huh. Well, Freak is similar to me in content. That's why I would really like to do a collaboration with him. Awesome. Thanks, Holy Thump. Yeah, Freaks actually aren't longer than mine. I don't think mine are some of the longest that you can possibly publish. You know, Freaks' patch notes are usually like 40 minutes to an hour. Most patch notes by like serious people that give it real consideration are usually like 40 minutes. Like, I watch Freak, Scara, and LS, and most of those are usually about 40 minutes. LS's are sometimes a little bit shorter, but like Scara, Freak, and depending on the patch and how, like, what all is going on in it, it's usually like 30 minutes to an hour. Yeah, that's true. Oh, I forgot. I should have honored somebody. My bad. I wasn't even. Good old demoralizing. Yeah, I was scared about the Darius. I thought for sure he was going to kill me, but I had barrier to help out. Yeah, Freak doesn't talk about support. I mean, that's why I historically have been one of the only people that creates a lot of content for support. Now, there are some kind of relatively newer content creators that are doing that. But I still think I put a lot more thought into it. I mean, Bizzleberry does a lot of like pretty good like quality content stuff out there, but well, my motivation to do that with Freak is, first of all, we have a similar style. Like, I think he would really enjoy it. I think I would enjoy it. Just having sort of a similar voice. Also, he's a big shot, you know. You always want to try to network with people that have a lot of connections. So not only does he have a lot of viewers, but he has a lot of connections with Riot. So that could open a lot of different doors, potentially. But I think he's kind of, like, approachable because we have a similar style. So I'm not sure if he'll listen to me or not. But I think because I think he would appreciate someone that has kind of that critically engaged, long-form kind of content. I think that it makes sense. Like, I think that our styles would be compatible to make content. But I don't know, once again, if he'll listen to me or not. But that's one thing that kind of makes sense. So it's not just that he is sort of a major figure in the League scene. You know, I'm not going to go to Double Lift and see if I can get content with him because we just have a different style of content. And he's like way too big for me, right? But Freak is like, He's big, but he's like at the same time he's manageable, and I think he's kind of fairly humble about it. Well, I would like to reach out to him when I get to Diamond. I haven't been trying to collaborate with people because I want to get back to Diamond first, because I think you have to... You got to have bare minimum Diamond to come to the table to talk with some of these other people, like, in a serious way. So I just think I can't even talk to anybody unless I'm Diamond, basically, like any of these other content creators. Yeah, I'm going to try, but I feel like I need to be Diamond first. Because, like, he can't just advertise me as this plat support guy, you know? It has to be, I'm at least Diamond. You know, Diamond is, like, still very low for a lot of top-end content creators. But, but yeah, I think it would be cool. I think we might like it. Now, I'm sure he's a very busy man and all of this stuff, just like I am, so I'm not sure if we'll be able to make it happen, but he's one of the people that I would have on my short list. Bizzleberry is another one. Now, he lives in Europe. He's also a family man, I think, so the timing might be difficult. I think Bizzleberry, someone told me they were watching his stream or his content and said that, you know, he had mentioned me before. Okay, let me go grab a drink really quick. But yeah, I would like Bizzleberry and Freak are on my short list of people that I would like to talk to. I would like to talk with Mino Haxor again. I think he was interested. He doesn't create a ton of content, but he's very knowledgeable. He seems very chill. Nasty, you know, if he wants to do some stuff again, that'd be cool. I think that, like, Nasty and Mino Haxor, like, their style is slightly different than mine, but I don't think it's very real, like, negative. I think it's realistic. Like, it's inappropriate if you're not in someone's league to ask them for a favor, basically. And, like, he's way, like, Freak has way more viewers than I am. He has way more sort of notoriety in the community, and he's a way higher. It's like going up and, like, asking some girl that's like a 9 or something to go out on a date. It's like, you can do it, but it's kind of inappropriate. And then the guy's just, like, constantly trying to ask or linger around, and the girl keeps coming up with these excuses like, well, maybe, you know, she's trying to be polite, but he just won't get the hint, you know. It's like, well, maybe I can do it, but, you know, I'm washing my hair tonight or whatever. And he's like, oh, okay, cool. And then he calls her, like, the next day, and it's like, so, you done washing your hair? You want to hang out? It's like, yeah, man. You know, or it's like if you're gold 1, it's your friend that's like silver 4 that's trying to duo with you, and it's like, yeah, I don't know, you know, like, it's just inappropriate. I think like, you got to bring a little bit more to the table. Hey, there's nothing wrong with that. I'm just saying, like, y'all know what I'm saying. Y'all know what I'm saying. Where it's like, it's just sometimes if you're just not in the same league with someone, it's just like really awkward if you try to do that, and it's just like not, I don't know. But anyways, I'll be back in a second. Let me grab a drink quickly. I mean, maybe I'm overthinking that, but that's something that I really didn't think about when I was younger until I was older. I was like, man, sometimes I was just, because I was trying to date girls out of my league. I mean, which guy doesn't? Like, she's out of my league. ranked game, or did you want to see that as a support ranked game as Vagar? If it's support, I don't know if I can do that, like, all the time. Or did you want a normal support ranked game? I guess we can do it. I'd really like to try to get back to Platinum 1. Not doing Braum, probably. Maybe I could do something like if people want ranked for things that aren't like that high up the tier list, then I could say like I could put it in queue or something. I could have like a queue on the side of it and just say like if we get a game that looks like it would be a good fit for this, then, you know, we can do it. I can't make a second account. It takes way too long to level up. Really? And like, what's the difference in a second account and playing normals anyways? Like, if I'm smurfing in like silver, I'm playing against silver people anyways, and
I must not fall.
in like normal games. Huh. I mean, yeah, I'll do it. I mean, obviously, I really like the money. The money helps out a ton. It's just at the same time, I would like to try to get back to Diamond as much as possible. Sivir's going to be able to run right through that cage. I mean, maybe if I can bait her spell shield out first. I really don't think normals is worse than smurfing. I think it's the same thing. At least at my rank. Maybe with Pike. I mean, Pike can't really get out of there that easily. I mean, whatever. We'll just play it.
Know that if the tables were turned, I would show you no mercy.
What if it's a different crowd? Most people are still trying to win. I'm in high school, yeah. Oh, it's like Pike middle or something? No, he's trolling. Oh, Jesus. Yeah, I guess we'll just run it this way. What are they even? I guess they're kind of low on damage. I think I have Snow Day Vagar. I forgot to switch the skin, though. Something like that. 2 I can't even get 1 diamond account, man. Like, right now. I mean, it's not you to snap your fingers. Like, it's not easy. It's the top 1% of players. I don't know. It depends on your normal MMR. I mean, I see what y'all are saying, but at the same time, like, I think that the difficulty level would be about the same. Like, most people that are playing in those normals are going to be, like, silver and bronze people. I mean, I get what you're saying and everything, but, like, it's always this tension. Like, I do want to play diverse champs in ranked because I know people want to watch that, but I also need to get to a higher ranked because people want you to be a higher ranked. Like, a lot of people may not even give me a chance, my content on the channel, because they're like, well, he's not diamond, he's platinum right now. So I'm going to move on and watch one of these other content creators that's diamond, right? And then, like I said earlier, I would like to get to diamond so that I can start trying to network a little bit more and have a bit more credibility within the community. So it's always this tension, like I want to get to a high ranked, and the best way to do that is to have a small champion pool and play strong champions, like the champions that are really good on a given patch. But I know for the regulars that don't care as much about the ranked and seeing some diverse stuff and not just seeing the same, you know, 3 champions every meta, depending on the meta. So I know there's a tension with that. So I like switching it up, doing something different every now and then, but you know, if I do that too much, then it does potentially hold me back a little bit. Although 1 game every now and then, the grand scheme of things, probably won't make a huge difference.
30 seconds until minions spawn.
Well, I play with bronze and silver people in my normals a lot because I only play normals most of the time for viewers night. And we lose a decent chunk of games on a lot of viewers night, so. Hey, thanks, Mike. I appreciate it. Huh. I know people are really into the clickbait stuff. I don't know. I think I could grow the channel a lot more even without clickbait stuff if I just could bring the videos down to like 30 minutes, tightly edited footage with like some kind of visuals in there. 'Cause people just like visuals, even if it's just mindless like gameplay in the background that has nothing to do with what you're talking about. People still just like to see visuals this day and age, and like little graphs and charts and things like that. Just slick looking, you know, production value. That's something I don't have. I think I've got great ideas. I just don't have the production value because it takes time. But if I learned how to do it quickly, I could just use the same stock footage, you know, for certain champions, you know, every single tier list pretty much. So I think once I got a template down, once I got it figured out, I could do a lot more, like, it wouldn't take as much time. Take Cage in case we get ganked by Gragas. Oh, I could VOD this. Let me VOD it. Hello, everybody. Welcome back. I'm the Strides Professor. We're doing a little Vagar support action here. Sorry, I forgot to start the VOD early, but I'll go ahead and throw it in here. So special thanks to Carlos for the generous donation. So Vagar, he's in an okay spot. I mean, he does have really good CC. He's just very susceptible to ganks. He does a lot of AP damage. You know, he definitely can be effective. Morgana's a really tough cover because her black shield obviously gets you out of stuff like that. So he can be very susceptible to all ends. Yeah, Sivir has a shield for it, and Morg has a shield for it, so it's definitely one of the tougher kind of like lane matchups you could ask for Veigar, but he still does quite a bit of damage in team fights too. Not everyone on their team is going to have shields, just, you know, 40% of them. I wonder if Klepto on Veigar would be alright. He does have an okay auto attack range, but he doesn't have a heal. Maybe if I took Ravenous Hunter or something and I could go for better trades. Yeah, but Black Shield doesn't cost that much mana.
Yes.
I'm not sure what we'll turn this into. I'm halfway thinking like maybe Redemption. As goofy as that is on Veigar, like, I just feel like I need a lot of mana regen. And that would at least give me like double down on the teamfight presence. And it could go like a Shirelia's or something also. I don't think, no, I didn't go for Font of Life. If you go for Font of Life with the cage, you can get Ardent Censer, but Ardent Censer is not that great with Ezreal. Oof. Shit. I meant to flash that. Damn, I should have flashed that. I can't even get boots. Yeah. Nah, Tyr's trash. You don't want to get Tyr. You don't need that much mana on him.
It's only a short way. Is that a short joke?
Hey, what's up, Sammy? Yay, it's me. That face. Sorry, buddy. I was focusing on the game. I didn't see it. Morg's okay. I should have just flashed the key. That was my bad. I was trying to bait him, but I was like baiting too hard. The problem is Sivir has a spell shield too. So like even if Morg black shields, if I try to bind her again, then Sivir is just gonna use her shield. God, she's so fed. All that AD. Alright, well, Udyr's about to get Dragon. That's good.
Let me show you what it is to
I don't have, God, I'm like level 4, or level 6. I'm probably dead? Yeah, maybe. Okay, nice. Might level up though. I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna sell one of these.
Stalking prey again?
Okay, hopefully they get a kill there. This Udyr's like doing stuff though. This guy's pretty legit. He's all over the place. I should really pick up Udyr as a jungler. I mean, I know he's not like super top tier, but he's a good solo queue special jungler. Like great macro pressure, pretty good dueling early. Hey, what's up, Leah? Oh, is it stream lagging again? I've got the dude coming in around 9 a.m. tomorrow, so the cable guy. I really wish they had a jungler ping. Oh my god, she's got 5 kills. I just can't do anything to her. The old 5-man bot, thank God. Bail me out, baby. Get me out of this hellhole. Alright. This double spell shield. Morg wastes her black shields. He thought that because Sivir got binded last time. Yeah, I don't think we're gonna be able to get any more. I gotta get out. He's gonna kill me, potentially. Udyr can probably get away from him, but I can't, so. Okay. Probably just go for a, Oblivion Orb here. Just double pin. Hey, thanks, Jacob. I appreciate it, man. The optimism is good. I mean, I get caught up in kind of that social media frenzy too, which everybody says. I'm like, but I'm not doing as well as these other people. It's like, yeah, but I'm doing all right, you know? Like, if you're constantly comparing yourself with other people, sometimes it can be rough. Like, it's good to have some competition, but I don't know. It's just, it sucks because our growth has slowed down quite a bit from what it used to be last year. You know, we were regularly getting like 180 viewers a night last year and things like that. But I'm still very thankful for the, you know, about 100 that we've been getting lately. And for the last, you know, 6 months or so, just because, you know, there's a lot of people that struggle to even get 10 views on their stream. So, truly am, not going to say lucky because I work really hard for it. I put a lot of time into it. But fortunate might be thankful for the audience. I'm gonna start getting points in cage now. I think 3 points. That's annoying. What? That didn't hit him? Come on. That is troll.
Stalking prey again.
I'm not getting Leandries. I'm just, it's the same components as Oblivion Orb.
Has been slain.
Okay, nice. Wow, we're behind? I thought we were winning this game. I guess we're feeding down bot to an extent. We're getting a lot of trade kills, I guess. Like, dude, dear. Okay, well now I'm getting rich.
It's only a short way. It's not a short jump.
Alright, nice.
Has destroyed a turret.
Double pin, and then... God, you really need to get like a death cap on him, but...
Review please Vein95.
Okay, sounds good. I guess I'll just get a blasting one and figure it out later. We might just have to complete Morello, just because we're kind of priced into it. Hey, what's up, Chronic? Well, there is a lot of stuff going on. Like, League of Legends is not necessarily the easiest thing to pick up on in view, but really it almost nothing is, right? It's like a worthwhile strategy game. You don't understand what the stakes are. You don't know, like, what's risky, you know, like, what's not, what's a good play, what's not. It just takes some time to watch and learn, but... I mean, I guess in, like, shooters like Fortnite and Apex, you know, it's pretty easy to understand. You shoot somebody in the head, that's good. You miss your shot, that's bad. So I guess those kinds of things are, like, easy to watch, but easier to watch. I can't black shield her, or I can't stun her because she's got that black shield. Morgana is just such an annoying champion. I shouldn't have gone over there. I just don't have the escapes as Vhagar. Like, if I go in, I'm just basically dead. I guess I could have stunned and then cast my W and Q and run away, maybe. I don't know. I would not do GLP twin shot. GLP is, like, it's too expensive for what it is, for Vhagar. Like, you should be able to get into cage range, you know, most of the time. It gets a pretty long range. Like 1500 range or something. Because you can place it, I think, up to 550, and then it has, like, a radius of an additional, like, you know, few hundred. I don't know. It's really far. It's like 1,000 range, maybe. Ezreal's kind of coming online. It's too expensive, guys. You're paying too much for a stat you don't need, which is like catch. You don't need the slow on it. Because you don't have a skill shot. Like, the cage, I guess, but you should be able to get in cage range anyway. Like, you don't want to pay for stuff you don't need in League of Legends. You know, you don't want to get a Rylai's if you already have Iceborne Gauntlet, or if you already have a lot of slows in your kit, you know what I mean? Oh my god, no one broke the... Fucking stuck. Oh my god. She freaking spell shielded my ult. Like, I thought somebody was gonna break it before my ult went in there. Or that it was gonna run out. Yeah, sure.
Can you do a review?
Yeah, sounds good. Thanks, guys.
1690. Thanks.
Guess we can just go for
Your commands tire me.
maybe Void Staff here. Yeah, Pike's getting all kinds of resets. We don't have any heals to offset to keep people alive, so he doesn't get the resets. And they keep doing a combination of black shielding, spell shielding, and just like Shin shielding.
Must have ricocheted off a cricket.
GLP would break it.
An enemy has been slain. Your team has destroyed.
Okay, well, we're gonna get mid probably.
Shut down. An enemy has been slain. Your team has destroyed a turret.
Oh, if they would have landed that stun.
Your team
We don't want to give them Baron here. That was a good play.
is legendary.
Middle that they got, but
It calls to me.
you don't have time to bait their shields. Usually they're running at you. Like, I try to use my E to bait it. That's all I can do to bait it. Like, use your E. Then they use their shield. But now, you know, she's going to have so much CDR. Because she gets to get enchanter items, which have a lot of CDR. And none of my items have CDR on them, except for my thing. Because Vhagar can't comfortably buy CDR items. Because his itemization is poor as a support. And she's probably got a lot of points in Black Shield by now. So her Black Shield is probably going to be on a lower cooldown, or at least on a similar cooldown as my Event Horizon at this point. I know someone's going to say, but that's why you can go GLP. Yeah, but you're giving up a lot of your damage if you're going GLP. Because he doesn't need the mana, he doesn't need the slow. Can Silas not beat Jhin?
It's only a short way. Is that a short way?
Please kill him. Jesus, did he get away? Okay, we got him. I could also go Hourglass. Maybe I'll go Hourglass here. I guess there's no blasting one in Hourglass. I thought there was. No, they changed it a long time ago.
An ally has been slain.
The more I think about it, the more I think I probably should go Hourglass.
The magic. It's called.
Because of the pike. I'm not going to get the Void Staff probably, and I already do pretty decent damage.
Killing spree.
Twin Shadows is not very cost efficient. Shurelia's might be something a little bit more worth considering, but tank some of that, Ezreal. Easy should have stepped up. I mean, they probably shouldn't have done it if he didn't have Smite, but Easy should have gone out. Like, I don't know why he's that far back in the pit. He should have gone out to zone the Shen. Well, this isn't normal Veigar. This is support Veigar, guys. You always rush Pen. Like, you always get Boots 2 and then Morello, and then after that you have to decide, but you're broke. Like, I don't have any CS. I can't farm my Q on minions. Like, a lot of stuff that apply, like, I can't afford Death Cap. A lot of stuff that applies to mid Veigar, like, you just don't get as support Veigar. There wasn't 4 there. There was Shin. I mean, I'm with Udyr on this. I sort of. I'm like, I think in that situation at the end, he should have zoned. But they probably should not have done the Baron if Udyr didn't have Smite in the first part. Jesus. What did I get stunned by? Morgabine? Oh, his Phantom Undertow.
Has been destroyed. An ally has been slain. Your turret has been destroyed.
I guess we could go Banshees. That may not be too bad. I'm just trying to think of something I could buy. Now I'm thinking I'm too far away. Like, the game's going to be over before I can get Hourglass, so maybe Banshees would be better. That would still give me some AP. Well, I just don't have large contributions to these fights either. Twin Shadows is a cool ability. You're paying a lot for that item. You're paying like 800 gold or something for that passive, or for that active.
In front of the bad guys.
They do have a lot of engage. The Banshees isn't that bad. It's good against Pycook, Morgabine, Gragas, Barrel. It's a donation game. You're an Inazat. have anybody there, really.
Blame the terrain. Only that rock's fault.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, this Ezreal, it's looking rough. But he did get that down, I guess. I can't build a Rabadon's, man. It's gonna be like 60 minutes before I get a Rabadon's. Like, economy's a real thing. And when you're playing support, you don't have money. Just for perspective, I probably have right now in this game maybe... What's my gold value in items? It's like 2,900. That's... I don't remember. Like, these are both like about 3,000. This is about... Sork boots are like 1,100. That's like 4,100. This is, I think, like close to 1,200. So a death cap, buying a death cap right now costs like almost as much as 3 of my items combined. Everything except for boots, it's like pretty close. Maybe not that much. That's 4,800. But like, it costs a hell of a lot. It's like an item and a half. It's like half of my budget right now that it's taken me 30 minutes to earn would have to go towards a new death cap. Not gonna be able to get vision. Might be dead here. Here's bot side, so okay, well his ult's on cooldown. I guess we have that going for us. Shit, I missed the flash.
Enemy double kill.
They're not healing that much, but I had to get double pin, and I was kind of priced into it at that point. It's mostly for the pin. Yeah, but once again, guys, I don't have enough gold to buy other stuff, so I can't just, like, do, like, a mid lane build where you go Sork Boots into Oblivion Orb into, like, Death Cap, because I don't have the money as support Veigar. No, Twin Shadows is garbage, guys. Like, you don't need that to... Like, you have Twin Shadows to catch people. On champions that don't have a slow or don't have a way to catch people, and they really have an important skill shot that's, like, somewhat difficult to land, sometimes you can go Twin Shadows. But, like, with Veigar, you just walk up in cage, and that's your catch most of your time. I don't know. It kind of is my fault, though, Carlos. I feel like if I was a handful of other supports, we would have had a better chance to win, but... I mean, we did all right. Like, I only had 9,000 gold. Like, a death cap is more than 1/3 of the total money that I earned in the game in, like, 35 minutes. 32 minutes. No one plays him as support, Jolty. Like, they're all going to buy Oblivion Orb. Yeah, but you don't need a complement to the cage. Like, they're slowed in the cage. They're not going anywhere anyways. If they have a flash to get out of it, they're just going to use their flash regardless of whether or not they're slowed. Like, I talked about this in my confusing items video. Like, this item is extremely gold inefficient. Like, it's only 86% gold efficient. So you're paying like 400 gold for the ghosts, which are only up every 90 seconds, and they don't give you any extra damage. Well, yeah, I mean, it was a bad matchup too, but Morgana's like a super popular pick right now into stuff like Vhagar, Leona, Thresh. Like Shurelya's, if you want that kind of effect, Shurelya's is going to be much better. Like Shurelya's, even without its active, is 105% efficient. So right there, it's already 20% more gold efficient. And it's on a, I guess they changed it. It used to be a 60-second cooldown. It's a 90-second cooldown. But this would, you know, at least speed up your whole team. But there aren't a lot of good items. Other than Deathcap is like the really obvious one that you would want to get. But you just can't afford it. It's too expensive. There is no rank reset. So what's going on is it's just consolidating all of your ranks into whatever your highest rank is. You keep the rank. The only thing that's resetting is if you're a Masters level player. Unless you're a Master player, there is no reset. If you're Diamond, you go down one notch. If you're higher than D4. If you're D4, you stay D4. But it's the 13th, so it's sometime today. It might be after... it's probably after... They'll have servers go down at probably like 4 a.m. or something like that. Okay, so we're going to look at a 1690 review, and then we'll look at Vaint 95 review. It's for a few minutes here. Huh. The Vhagar. Alright. The Vhagar with GLP. And Glacial Augment. Okay, I mean, if you win a lot of games with it, I guess you're just donating just so you could, you know, show that up here. You know, if you win a lot of games with it, keep doing it. I mean, I'm not a Vhagar expert, but to me, wait, you're playing in mid lane though, right? Yeah, you're playing in mid. You're not playing him as support. So, a little bit different in mid lane because you do need a 20% CDR item with mana in mid lane because you're actually CSing. You're actually using your spells to CS a lot. So, you know, it makes sense if you're going to get this instead of Ludens because you need the extra mana, you need the extra CDR, and you can afford it. So, yeah, I mean, you can get that instead of Ludens. But it's a completely different economy than support. But, yeah. So, Deathcap, Zork Boots, Void Staff, yeah. I mean, looks good to me. Hourglass, a lot of times against Assassins. He doesn't go Shadows ever. He goes to GLP. But once again, like, you need one of these items. Like, you need either GLP or Ludens if you're a mid laner right now. Because you need the extra mana, because you're using a lot more spells to trade in lane. You have to CS with your spells. You want to farm with your Q. And you can afford it. Once again, so much of it comes down to economy. I sound like a broken record, but when you're a support, you have Frostfang. Like, there's a reason in support as AP... You know, usually the most successful champions are Zyra and Brand because they have really high base damages on their abilities. They can just get double pin items and they're super strong immediately. They don't have to get mana items. Now, Vhagar doesn't have to get mana items either. You know, as support, it's helpful, but you don't have to. But anyways, yeah, I mean, good job. Okay, so Vaint 95. Okay, so according to U.GG, out of the 2,000 Vhagar support games that it's looked at, with the 46% win rate, they go Frostfang, Sork Boots. It looks like a lot of them still get Ludens, but there's not a Twin Shadows in sight, not even as a 6th item. Now, a lot of people also don't go... you know, they go Comet and they don't go for the GLP. Although, like I said, the GLP makes sense if you're wanting to go ahead and get a Luden's Echo type of item as a mid laner. It can make sense, but anyways, so it looks like, you know, we're both partially wrong and partially right. People that are like debating this with me in the chat, like they're only going 1 pin item instead of 2, but they're also not getting Twin Shadows or GLP. But anyways, yeah, these guys aren't specialists though. I mean, Welson, like what Welson does is obviously like gonna be correct. He's probably one of the highest ranked support Vhagars in North America, 70% win rate, mid Vhagar, or I guess not support Vhagar, but mid Vhagar. So. Well, yeah, I mean, the support is good. Like, I could get on board with maybe going one of those items, like maybe a Ludens or something like that, but as a support, maybe. You're spending so much for the mana, but the CDR is very nice. Anyways, let's look at Thresh here. So Aftershock, Inspiration. What are you getting as Inspiration? Just Dematerializer... plus Cosmic or something. Doing Biscuits Cosmic. I would probably go Demolish instead of Font. I mean, Font is nice if you're going to be building a lot of health. I guess if you're going for kind of the Knight's Vow sort of build, maybe that makes sense. Font is usually fairly anemic. I would probably go for Demolish, so if you get pressure in lane, then you can actually take down towers a bit faster. Like, neither one of them's amazing on him, but that might be a little bit better. Definitely, you don't ever want to go Boots of Swiftness on anybody except for, like, Jhin these days. But yeah, Boots of Mobility looks pretty good. I think you should probably try to go Redemption. You get Redemption right here, but I'm pretty sure most people go Redemption. Like, I think people are back to the Redemption Locket meta right now. On Thresh. Like, Knight's Vow is pretty good. You only get half value out of it, though. Some people are still getting Zeke's, but yeah, Knight's Vow is not one of the early items that you get. It doesn't give any extra damage to AD carry. It doesn't contribute a lot to team fights. It kind of protects them a little bit. It protects you a little bit. But since you're only getting half value, a lot of people won't get that until it's like a 3rd or a 4th item. If they have a ton of AD on your team and like in specific instances you need to get that, maybe that makes sense. But I wouldn't make that sort of the default item that you go to. I mean, I know that like Vow and the Locket, like Seems like a pretty good combo because you're getting some extra health off of that. You're getting extra health off of coin, and then you get locket, which is pretty good. But if you get used to using the redemption, it seems kind of weird because you're thinking, well, he doesn't have a lot of healing and shielding, which is true, but it's just, you just want that baseline, like, yeah, people go magical footwear, just not on champions that have a lot of roam potential and want to go mobility boots early, like Thresh or Alistar. You don't get it. I get magical footwear if I get inspiration on some champs out there, but I don't get inspiration on a lot of champions anymore, but there are some times where you get the footwear. I'm trying to think of, like, one of those situations, but... Yeah, but if you need to rush mobility boots, if you need your boots before 9 minutes, then... What the hell did I just click on? Then you don't want to do that. Why is this, like... These ads just get more and more invasive. Banner down here at the bottom. Yeah, that's something to, you know, kind of jumps out. Try to get those deaths down a little bit. See if you can get down to, like, closer to 4. I think it's a good number. Yeah, I probably wouldn't get Boots of Swiftness, like, under almost any circumstances. Like, the thing that's really good about mobility boots is not only does it allow you to rotate, it allows you to do a lot of intangible things that often get underappreciated. Like, when you have your sweeper, you can cover a larger surface area looking for wards. When you have mobility boots, and you can clear them out and maybe get 2 wards if you're fast enough with the mobility boots. So that's something that often goes undervalued, is your, like, the amount of surface area you can get with mobies when you're sweeping. Then also just your ability to just rotate, run people down.
Doubt is the greatest enemy.
Fucking... Get off. I'm about to ad block this crap. Yeah, I would only finish the gold item if you really, really need that 4th ward. People finish the health item because that one has a lot more benefits to it than coin does. Coin is so strong you can just stop at nomads most of the time. But, like, the health item that you see all the pros finishing, first of all, they need that 4th ward faster. But second of all, you're getting health, you're getting a 4th charge on it, so it actually generates more gold for you eventually, and you're getting 10% CDR. Because you don't get the CDR on the health item until its final stage, versus the coin and the spell thieves. Yeah, Blade of the Ruined King, I talked about that in my most recent video. Oh my god, their team is obnoxious.
Let's dance.
I'm gonna do Recon into Zed. Zach is really annoying. Probably pretty good into, like, the Cheshire real estate lady. I don't know. Their co-op's kind of scary too. I think it's pretty similar. Zed into Kassadin's actually pretty heavily favors the Zed, because Kassadin's shield doesn't do anything. Neither does Kassadin's passive, and it could force him to have to get an early Zanya's, which slows down his build progression. So I think Zed and Talon are considered some of the hardest counters to Kassadin. That is an inaccurate tip, dude. They need to update that. That's not true.
Magic is supposed to be scary.
Welcome to Summoner's
Love
Rift.
is supposed to hurt.
I don't know if everybody sees that tip
Ecstasy
in the game or not, but
needs a
like,
little fear.
definitely not true. You don't see Vayne with a sweeping lens anymore.
30 seconds until minions spawn.
It's SB player. Who is SB player? Oh. Is that like a streamer or something, or you just played against that guy? I mean, if you're in D4 and I'm like P1, P2, bouncing around, we'd probably play with similar people on our teams.
Seen that forest over there?
Okay.
Minions have spawned.
I feel like my allies aren't recognizing how amazing my cloak is. I mean, seriously. Rude.
I don't think they're going to counter jungle. It'd be really bizarre for them to counter jungle without first going scuttle.
I do not wish to kill the mortals. I want them to hear the music.
Yeah, I guess you can see them, but you can't target them. I don't know. It's kind of misleading. Maybe I'm reading it wrong. But to me, like, when I see that, it looks like, oh, I can see them, I can hit them, and that's not true. I guess with a skill shot you could, but like not with autos. So Rakan into Zed I like a lot because you can take a lot of armor personally to make it harder for him to kill you, but then you can also shield other people. Wow, she tower dove him?
I've been kicking around since I was born. It's alright. It's okay. I'm staying alive.
But yeah, so you have a shield and you can get a lot of armor yourself. And you still have pretty good scaling. Just the problem is your W sucks, but against like melee champions or short range champs, it doesn't matter like as much. Like the nerf. Fun fact, Rakan does not do well with Twin Shadows. It's like, fun fact, the sky is blue. I don't know. A lot of champs aren't. I'm just not very high on that item. I like it. It's a cool item. I like the design. I just think it's mispriced. Back when it was 60 seconds and you could go things like Ruby Sightstone with it, yeah, it was good. You'd get a lot more value out of the active because you could use it a lot more. But they really don't like for people to get that item in general because it kind of trivializes vision. That's the big thing. If like supports start taking it, then it gives you too much vision.
What you looking at? There's wild
Okay, yeah, they're pushed in. We just go ahead and...
It's just a fury human beings. If Zaya says someone has to die, they die. They deserved it.
God, she's missing every CS, and she's basically like in a literally an open lane right now.
Wait to see what I'm gonna do.
Her back timing is gonna be absolutely terrible. We're gonna... maybe she just really wants that BF sword, I guess. Wow, he's getting spanked. I'm gonna donate this guy a ward.
An ally has been slain.
Actually, let me see. I might just
I'm just trying to
donate it here. So we need to see the Zac. This Alawi's like hard inting here. Kha'Zix's doing pretty well. Kassadin's holding on in that lane. He is intelligently getting a little bit of armor first. We do outscale, at least. Rakan's gonna outscale Thresh. Kaisa, I think, outscales. It's Zaya, it's close. They're just kind of different.
look right.
They're both pretty good.
Moves right. Time to show it.
So I put the control ward there instead of in the river bush because Zac usually ganks from that little corner near the bushes. He very rarely goes into river bush, so just trying to give him some visibility.
What humans call magic, we call life.
And we don't really have enough control over the lane to like keep a control ward close by, I don't think. I think they're going to keep pushing us in. So he did find it. I was hoping maybe he wouldn't.
I am a chronic line stepper.
We need to get priority to try to fight for the scuttle. Damn, 50 gold. I didn't realize we got that much off it. Yeah, Zac's gonna be around there, probably. God, I do miss Rakan's, like, mobility. It's so sweet to be able to get out of almost anything. Like, never die into ganks. I mean, Rakan is my favorite champ.
Right now.
It's nerfed him so much. It is back? I thought I heard it back.
An enemy has been slain.
Okay. Keep them honest. Okay, they do have a control word there, just making sure they do. Should probably go back to maxing W here after the W changes. Okay, nice. Alright, she's redeeming herself a little bit. Aurelia got a little overconfident. don't know if we can beat him or not. With Kha'Zix or Cassidy, we definitely can, but...
The universe loves me.
He doesn't have real wards, right? I think it's expired. This Kai'Sa's pretty good.
I love to hurt. I need the world to
Well.
Crap. I totally forgot why I'm here.
Cassidy's gonna clean this up, right? Oh, maybe not.
I'm here. I'm gone. I am so gone.
I was waiting on him to use his shadow. I didn't think he'd used it before I W'd. Oh, they're gonna see him jump. He should not have done that. Well, they may not be able to do anything about it, but they're gonna know we're on it now for sure if they're paying attention. Kha'Zix is a way higher level. Kind of miss not having the shield, but dude, they're right there, man. We knew they were there.
I dance because I'm free.
Yeah, I didn't even have my ult up at the time. Okay, well, all her pings are gone now. It's going to be one of those things where she pings every single play. Take away the pings.
It's all filthy and dangerous. And that's why I love it.
Enemy double kill.
Our magic is a fury. It is a song you cannot resist.
I shouldn't have helped her. I should have just let her die again. To the Zac. Oh my god. Oh my god. Patch notes. Jesus Christ. For like, that patch has been out for like a month and a half where they changed that item. She's very fed. Okay, nice. I mean, I think that it's buffed at last patch, but it's like, bro, it's still bad. Right? I mean, maybe, I don't know. Maybe it's good.
Humans claim it's theirs. Fence us around, cover it in rags.
The clown. I gotta buy. I've got too much gold.
Fun. I need some fun. Now.
No, it's terrible. It's like one of the worst items in the game right now. They just gave it back a little bit of extra stuff, but like the thing is, to get value out of that item, you have to combine it with the Zeal items, but it doesn't have crit on it, so it's really awkward to buy that with a crit build. So it's just kind of like in this weird limbo where it's not really a crit item, it's not a lethality item, it's not an on-hit item. It doesn't have a lot of utility like lifesteal or QSS effects or anything like that. It's just bad.
Damn it, Zion.
Maybe it gives enough AD now. I don't know. I think, honestly, she just hasn't either played Kaisa or hasn't read patch notes in a really long time. We get dragon or something? Get something. Like either tower or dragon. Something, guys. Jesus. Doesn't matter which one, just do something. Okay. I think dragon, because the tower's always going to be there. We can pick that up later, but while their jungler's dead, I would just rather get the dragon. Yeah, Kaisa flashed all of Zed's shurikens, I think. So that was a pretty good play by her. We'll give credit where credit's due. I think she's playing fairly well for the most part. Like, getting caught out in those two ganks was bad, but, like, her mechanics are all right. It's just, like, her build is not great. Okay, so we can either go Shurelya's or Knight's Vow. I think just put a Knight's Vow in the Kassadin is probably our best bet to win right now.
I look around these forests and I see freedom. I hear the music.
Aurelia is like super fed.
I will make them dance. I will make them hear.
She's a really high level and she's really fed. I mean, Kassadin's really fed too.
I am here to entertain myself.
have Kaisa here. I don't know if we want to. We got that worded. We'll have a Lowy. Yeah, they're running though, dude. People think it's old Rakan. It's not. They have a lot more chance to like engage.
Totally forgot my
Someone's got to go over there and match him. They have too much wave clear with Zaya.
You're only given a little spark of madness. You mustn't lose it.
Bless the play. Yeah, I think I'm going to stick with the plan here. I could have gone for, like, Shirelia's or something, but...
They ain't seen moves like mine.
It's really hard to dive into them because, like, Zaya can jump it if I try to ult her, and then, like, she already had it jumped.
Time to get it started!
No, we have decent wards, but they're all around there. We already have it. What are they? We have like 3 wards around the area. Yeah, we need to push and try to get Cloud Trace.
Long ago, our kind danced upon the mountain of lightning flames. Now only the embers remain.
Oh my god! She had like 1 HP left. Well, Alawi got caught. Hey, what's up, Sammy? I don't duo with most people, David. It's nothing personal.
I am only as wild as magic.
I almost got... If Irelia would have died, I probably would have gotten out. But she got a heal probably from her triumph.
I'll just put that there.
We should have just left
Good
Alawi to
place.
die.
I hope.
Yeah, that's a terrible ass Alawi build. She should have had Black Cleaver. Yeah, we're alive.
Your inhibitor has been destroyed.
Danger is as fun as you let it be.
I mean, I really is just carving through all the squishies.
Understand our kind until they hear the song.
Ally has been slain.
I dance because I'm free.
Can we beat her, man? Send like 50 people to try to clean that up.
Your turret has been destroyed. Ally has been slain.
No, I had to go in with her because if she died, the game was over. Oh well. Alright. Well, that's going to be it for tonight. I guess at least we got to play some different stuff. Why not finish boots? Because I needed a second big item. I already had enough mobility in fights. You don't always have to finish your boots after your first item if you really, really need other stuff. I mean, he's not bad luck. He's nerfed. There's nothing lucky about it. I don't even think I was listening to Kha'Zix's pings. I just saw Alawi dying every 5 seconds, and we had multiple people building the wrong items. I don't even think I started most of those bad fights. Like, it was like the one mid lane where we got dominated, the Kassadin Arden, and got jumped on. The one near Dragon, which was the huge one, Alawi 1v5'd. I mean, I tried to follow up and save her, so yeah, I got baited on that, so that was my bad. I wasn't the initial person that made that call, though. Alawi top lane tried to 1v1. I mean, she's like 2 and 9 at that point, trying to 1v1 an Irelia that's up, you know, whatever, 60 CS and 8 kills. But I know. I didn't listen to him a lot of the time, but we had a chance. But people are like building all the wrong items. Like we had Trinity on Ilawi, Stormrazor on Kaisa. Kaisa hasn't read a guide that's been published in the last 2 months. Yeah, that's got to be the last one. I got to go to sleep. We've hit about 4 hours, which is, yeah, the Stormrazor rush, man. Anyways, I guess at least we got our diversity. So we lost a decent chunk of LP, but we got to play some different stuff tonight. So I guess that's cool. But anyways, that's going to be it. We'll be back tomorrow night, so stay tuned for that. I do have some more guides coming up soon. I know I've got an Alawi guide, and then I've got a couple of jungle guides. Got a lot of stuff coming out, so stay tuned for that. Should be a good time. And I'll see you by next time. Have a great day. Don't forget to like and subscribe.